Ideas are born every day. Many of these ideas perish, while a select few manage to be thrust into action. But of those select few, only an inkling have the power to change the world. They're conceived by the intellects, the innovators, the geniuses of a generation. Or in this case, a group of fucking podcast hosts.
Are you gonna be playing? Hey bro, I seen that thing on Twitter, bro. How do you get the tip and shoot on this rim and then shoot on the other rim?
That's the whole point. It doesn't make sense. The ball can't be shot to the same rim twice in a row.
So you have to go this.
Yeah.
I mean, that's hard.
It's made to look like the dumbest game ever. People watching, they're like, do they know how to play basketball?
Yeah, that was funny.
Yak Basketball. It started in LA. I want to say that I was the one who was like, hey, let's just play basketball and play 21, but make it as stupid as possible.
It's almost like the creation of the universe. I don't know how it started. It's almost exactly like the creation of the universe because it started off very, very dense and hot, and then it exploded.
We sort of just started forming the rules to our own like subset of basketball that represents, you know, the way our brains are sort of scattered all around. Like, what if everyone had to play for themselves? What if there was a free-for-all 10-way basketball game? And that sort of came to life in Los Angeles this year.
There's a basketball court. We had a basketball. Let's just look like idiots.
The next iteration of Yak Basketball came just 4 months later, when a ragtag group of Barstool Idol contestants were tasked with playing as a part of their competition to get a job at Barstool Sports.
I don't know which one of the idiots it was that just decided, all right, let me not dribble the basketball. I think it was Nadu when we were playing, if I remember correctly. Nadu just decided, all right, let me just not dribble the basketball. Little did we know, America's new greatest amateur pastime was born right in front of our eyes right there.
It was like the first time we had like a need for rules. Like Jeff Nadu picking up a ball and just deciding he's just not going to dribble the rest of the time. It divulged everything into chaos.
Whenever the three-point line came into the NBA, that would be Jeff Nadeau to Yak Basketball. And I'll also give a little credit to Clemmer running his speed sprint. They are the true revolutionaries of Yak Basketball. It's a game that was created, and then they took it to a different level where we never even thought like, oh, you can just pick up the ball and run and try to barrel over people.
But the biggest development in the Yak Basketball saga came when it was announced that Barstool would be hosting a college basketball invitational at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. Opportunity was knocking to take Yak Basketball to a national stage, and Big Cat opened the door.
So I had a meeting, I can't remember when, maybe over the summer, where it was like, hey, we need halftime shows, we need different things that we're going to do. And I was like, we can play some basketball.
The Barstool Invitational, I don't know if I've told you guys this, but I've just signed us up. I think we're going to do halftime Yak Basketball.
No, dude.
At Wells Fargo.
No.
Yes.
Man.
Yes.
No.
Yes. How funny would that be?
Shouldn't have told me. I'm starting lessons tomorrow.
How funny will that be? Like,
I get the comedic appeal, but your brain and your self-worth can only take so much disastrous failure and shame. Like it's gonna be a repressed memory. I mean, I know it's funny and fun, and the whole joke is that we are so bad, but it's legitimately shameful.
Definitely was a little nervous in terms of playing Yak Basketball in front of that many people compared to playing it in a random basketball court in LA. Was a little nervous, definitely, but excited.
I did get really excited and feel like, holy shit, this is fucking cool. Like, I know I've said it before, but I used to work there. You know, I used to work concessions at the Wells Fargo Center, and now I'm running down the court just throwing fucking heaters at the backboard.
While the majority of the Yak was on board to play in the event, a couple members were suffering from physical ailments that made their status questionable, Stephen Che being one of them.
This is just kind of to validate my own toughness. It's really gross. Going into the game that happened just hours before, just brutal.
Che said he broke his toe.
What?
He said he broke his toe. I'll show you the.
When did Che say he broke his toe?
I'll pull up the picture he sent me.
That's a bruised toe. Also, why would you need a toe? Why, you don't need that. That's like the most what is that? His second to last toe?
Yeah.
That's like the last body part you need.
Tough to plant. When you go up to shoot and you're going off your foot, you inherently feel it. So yeah, I mean, am I a warrior? I think you can say definitely.
Che decided early on that he would play through the pain, leaving Brandon Walker as the sole question mark remaining for the team. But the King of the South had been on the fence about playing since the very beginning.
I was never on the fence. I was behind the fence. I never wanted to be a part of any of this.
So you weren't in the first Yak Basketball?
I was not in the first Yak Basketball.
Why was that?
It was in the sun. We were in LA, and they decided to go in the afternoon. The sun as bright as it can be, 80 degrees, and they played basketball. They ran up and down the court, and I would have perished. I would have died. I would not have survived that. I don't do well in the sun, the heat, or any physical activity.
Brandon doubled down on his reluctance to play in Yak Basketball when he made a bombshell announcement in the week leading up to the event.
I'm in a spell of migraines now, and that's not good. That was my second one in a week. I can't play Yak Basketball.
Why?
Because I will get a migraine.
Were the migraines an excuse because that's what people were saying, or was that a legitimate thing?
Who's saying that? No, I want you, Connor Griffin, the person who's recording this, to tell me who's saying that. Who's saying that my migraines are an excuse? I get migraines. I'm a 43-year-old man. I'm not in great shape. I get migraines. Last year, Wisconsin, Notre Dame, Soldier Field, left in the third quarter. You know why? Migraine. Threw up the entire rest of the day. Didn't move till next day. I can't see straight. I can't think. I get migraines. And do you want me to risk that over Big Cat getting some belly laughs over some basketball? You want me to do that? I might die out there, Connor.
The comment section was saying, yeah, you were scared.
The comment section can suck my dick. When does Yak Basketball get our shooter at?
That's a great question.
I mean, Yak Basketball needs a shooter. We're entertaining just as much as these guys are tonight.
More.
And when I say we, I mean whoever decides to play Yak Basketball.
That's your new thing with my camera recently.
Huh?
That's your new thing with me on camera.
Nothing new about it. I've been flipping you off since the day you were born. You just didn't know it.
How's this look? Your hometown arena.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah?
We just got Angelo's on the way in. Locked in.
When we walked into Wells Fargo Center, the nerves were kind of high because you could start feeling the moment. Like you walk in and you realize that this is where the Sixers play. Caleb came up to me, he's like, dude, Sixers home arena, this must have been a dream of yours to play here. I didn't even let myself dream that big.
Oh, wait a minute, everybody else in New York's over 4K.
All right, guys. All right, guys. Welcome back to Nick's vlog.
Yo, is that Nick Tourani? No,
Yo. No. Hey, we are headed to Philly. We're headed to Philadelphia to play basketball. Really excited. Be sure to tune in for that. All right, guys. Do this. All right, guys.
Go. I've done many soda reviews, but this is the first soda review I am doing in a tunnel.
Yeah, thank you.
Were you the last one?
Last one,
All right, let's go. How are you? Good?
What am I listening to?
Thank you so much.
Party Monster by The Weeknd.
There you go.
The arena is humbling. Once you step on the court and you see how big it is and everything around you, it all changes.
Being in that arena with the bunch of fucking Philly scumbags. You could smell it in the air. It smelled like scumbag. It was a thick scent, and I felt right at home, man.
My favorite was probably the kid who was maybe 8 or 9, who was getting all the Yak people to sign his hat. Like coming down the stairs and seeing a little kid 10 next to you, you're like, whoa, Scorpion, all right.
Yeah, I did sort of feel like a little bit like Make-A-Wish-y that we were playing Yak Basketball at Wells Fargo Center, but it was fun, it was cool.
I mean, I'm riffing today, but look at the jersey. Not fucking bad. Look at that. Fucking better than the bullshit Adidas does. It's Pizza Hut, the best kid in the game right here. Pizza Hut, baby.
Uh-oh. I don't know.
The decision.
What does your wife want you to do?
Doesn't
I
want
saw her. I saw her on behind there.
Did you?
Yeah. Looking platinum on the TV.
Yeah.
You see the suck mark on the TV?
What do you think of Brandon?
I might go try to score immediately and then fake an injury.
You don't have to fake it.
Everyone's trying to do.
Score me.
I'm no. Did you not hear the second part?
Try to eject you?
If you score, you're
everyone's
done.
gonna try and score. Right, but if I fail to score,
Oh, get hurt.
I get hurt.
I could eject you.
I might just get hurt for real.
Yeah, you
I
will.
might just no, I might just be
you
like
might actually get hurt.
just break my ankle on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, I wear my high tops just in case.
This might be the first time I've ever seen you without a hat.
Thanks, man.
You're like Mozart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I do.
Whatever. You know, the guy that always wore a hat.
If Brandon were to take the floor, he'd be joined by some new faces. The first being Sean, a lucky fan who won the Pizza Hut sweepstakes to play in the game.
Congrats. Big fan. Very entertaining, your show.
Oh, thank you.
Love it.
How's your game?
Not good.
No?
Not good, no. It'll be fun, though. It'll be fun.
I feel like he's being humble.
Little guy, too.
Yep, oh yeah.
The other guy? Well, he wasn't so little.
Just peeking around. I'm just looking around.
Yeah, Chad figured that was him.
That's who you get to play?
Yeah.
Thank God I'm ready now.
My name is Dennis Clifford. I played basketball at Boston College and then in the G League and then overseas in Germany. And I just finished my career in Portugal this year.
So why are you here today? What are you going to be bringing to Yak Basketball?
I got randomly invited to be the Hut, to be representing Pizza Hut in Yak Basketball, in which I do not know the rules or the points of the game.
So what's your strategy? I mean, it's chaos.
They say, dude, every time I ask about like what I should do, they just say do whatever I want. So I'm probably gonna take it slow to see like what the rhythm is like out there, and then do whatever I want.
He's part of Yak Basketball.
He's the Hut.
Yeah, I'm doing
Pizza Hut has a guy. You're the Hut. I thought you were playing this fucking game for real. There's a guy like Hut.
No, they brought in the Hut to block our shots.
Got it.
Don't block mine.
Got it.
What-
Defense the whole time for me?
That's
Brandon Walker. If you just lock down Brandon Walker, it would be the funniest thing ever. Court, like full court. He's the tallest guy, blonde guy, tallest guy. You'll know him.
I'll face guard him the whole
That
time.
would be so funny because everyone would.
being
Yeah,
there
like
and
everyone
stop
would be pissed about that. It would be so fucking funny.
Get ready and get loud, because in a few minutes, you're going to see a display of basketball unlike any you've seen before. It's almost time for Yak Basketball.
I'm like excited to play.
Are you?
I would be too. No, I genuinely am.
Going for threes, strictly. Free pizza if I hit a three. So I'm gonna try and get threes because I'm a man of the people.
I have to go for a 3-point. Even if I get an open lane, like I can't miss the layup. So I'm gonna shoot a 3 no matter what.
You're going to shoot a 3?
I think I have to.
I don't know how to dribble or shoot.
It's way more embarrassing to miss close.
Yeah, you have literally nothing to lose.
They're gonna
Whereas
expect
if
us to miss a 3.
Yeah. So if you hit the 3,
So I'm gonna have to shoot some 3s.
there's no way we're going to finish anything. No.
It's full court. You guys might die.
Seth, why are you walking like that?
What?
Why are you walking like that?
I feel like I'm gonna shit my pants, dude.
What?
Like as soon as we started getting ready, like my stomach just turned. Not out of nerves, I've just been going diarrhea all day.
I can see me tripping and actually genuinely getting hurt, like knocking wind out of myself and be like in front of like 1,000 people, you know? I just
trying to fake laughing off.
I have adult braces in. I can't take an elbow to the. I mean, this is a disaster already. I'm like,
He's about to shit his pants. Kate's a woman. I got all the advantages in the world.
But as the Yak Crew took the floor, there was still one final decision to be made.
Brandon, you playing today? Game time decision coming in.
Let's go.
And welcome to the halftime show of the Barstool Invitational from Philadelphia. I am your halftime host, Jeff D'Lo, alongside Marty Bush and Rico Bosco for Yak Basketball.
What was once a comical idea was now a full-blown reality. This group of co-workers, co-hosts, and friends was about to take to the hallowed hardwood of the Wells Fargo Center, an arena that has been graced by some of the most talented and skilled athletes of our lifetime. An arena that now had to play host to a game that involves zero talent, zero skill, and zero athletes whatsoever.
That's all you got! That's all you got! He knows everything. Let's go, baby!
What was my strategy for refereeing the game? I'm a player's ref, man. I'm out there to look pretty. So I was out there working on my strut, you know, watching the game go. I wasn't really reffing. That's what Yak Basketball is.
I made it my business to be an ally with the Hut because I heard everybody else is making allegiances. There were rumors that on the bus ride down that everybody's getting in cahoots with each other, Nick and KB pairing up with Sass. Everybody's gonna try to make little alliances, so why not have my alliance be the 7-foot guy?
I compared playing basketball there to playing sports in a dream sequence. Like, you can only run so fast, and you can only shoot the ball about... I airballed 4 times. I got the golden sombrero of basketball.
Che was actually my MVP for Yak Basketball because he was playing it like it was a real basketball game. I think it was Kate and maybe KB trapped him in the backcourt, and he like picked up his dribble, and he was like, oh no, I have to pass.
Yes, my basketball brain turned on, and I was like, all right, I picked up my dribble. Well, Big Cat's calling for the ball. He's got an open 3. If we hit a 3-pointer too, a whole row of people get Pizza Hut. So I'm a team guy. So I saw Big Cat calling for it. Hit him with it. He had an open 3.
Here's Big Cat. I think Big Cat's out soon. Big Cat for 3.
Oh, no! Takes it away!
I mean, you can goaltend.
You can
goaltend.
The Hut goaltends it away.
The Hut's a son of a bitch.
Okay, that's all.
He's a son of a bitch. The Hut is a son of a bitch. The man who portrayed the Hut is a true son of a bitch.
Brandon Walker felt confident he was going to drain one early. Oh, he's going one-on-one with the Hut. Brandon Walker's going one-on-one with the Hut right now.
I actually talked a big game, and I used to be like legitimately good at basketball. I thought, oh, it's like riding a bike. You can just get back on the bike. My arms turned to jelly when I went to shoot the ball. I think my first shot like went 3 feet in the air and just came down right in front of me. It went like straight up and down. I was like, holy shit.
The entire game was a massive display of unathleticism, but there was one shining moment that will live in the annals of Yak history forever.
I didn't plan on shooting because shooting is the fastest way to get embarrassed in Yak basketball. People see your form, people see you missing. They're like, this guy sucks and is unathletic. I know I suck and I know I'm unathletic. So I was trying to hide it. I was trying to mask it. That's why I wanted to have some dimes all over the place. Fucking a couple Magic Johnson dimes. That was my goal. But then I was just wide open. And they say the NBA corner is the easiest 3 to make, so why not chuck it up?
company. I was hoping we all looked equally bad, and Rome kind of fucked us over there.
And I had this fleeting idea, and I didn't even really think about the thought much, but if I hit the shot, I'm jumping on the scorer's table. I'm doing it as an homage to Pat Beverly, but then I got face to face with the scorer's table. It was damn near up to my nipples. I was like, dude, I can't box jump onto this. Step up, kneel down, hand down, push myself up, 4 motions to get onto my feet up there. Even in the moment, I was like, man, this probably looks pretty bad. But once I was up there on my feet, beating my chest in front of the city, it was like a once in a lifetime moment.
And once one shot went down, the rest slowly but surely followed, until one final loser was left on the floor to receive the Pizza Hut MV Me trophy.
So who's last saying Nick in the Hut?
It could be Nick in the Hut.
That's it. So Nick is now the MVP trophy winner, delivered by Pizza Hut. He almost dropped the trophy. Get your melts. Nick has won Yak Basketball. Did not make a shot, but guess what? He stands at center court here at Wells Fargo Center with the trophy, and nobody else does.
Yeah, I won the trophy, and you know, we're in a content business, and if you watch that back, who got the most screen time, baby? No, it was super embarrassing, and it's kept me up. I even brought shorts to wear, and I was like, no, that'll set the bar too high if I'm wearing shorts. They were swim trunks even.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I think the next fucking halftime of the Barstool Invitational should be logo design. Let's see how they do there, dickheads.
If you notice, there was a picture on the court afterwards. Everybody participated in Yak Basketball. I was not in the picture because as soon as the game ended, I ran to the locker room to potentially vomit.
I mean, Brandon's a pussy, so I wasn't surprised that he pre-complained about Yak Basketball. But I also knew he's a gamer. He was going to show up.
And Brandon can't pass up on an opportunity to make himself look good, even if it's beating, you know, a boy with rickets or a 21-year-old stand-up or an autistic wrestler.
My doctors and my wife advised against me playing. It's an NBA arena. Wilt Chamberlain played here, probably, somewhere down the road. Allen Iverson played here. Joel Embiid plays here sometimes. Ben Simmons played here one time. I had to be a big game player. I went out there and played a big game. That's who I am.
You mentioned your wife. She's here in the building?
Whose fucking business? What business is it of yours?
I'm just saying.
It's none of your fucking business if my wife's here.
Have the other Yak guys seen her is all I'm asking.
You're a fucking pervert, you know that? Yeah, she's here. What of it?
It was nice to have my wife there. It was nice to have her watch me play basketball. And then as soon as the games were over, we went back to the hotel and made sweet, tender love.
I am shockingly out of shape. I almost fell asleep directly after the game because I was so tired. And I remember I looked at my Fitbit and looked at my heart rate after, and it was like 150 beats per minute. Like I just ran like a marathon.
I haven't done physical activity in a really long time, but I guess I didn't realize how bad it was until I was out there and I could feel blood coming up my throat.
What exactly his plans? No issues at all. Definitely looked like one of the more athletic things any of us have ever seen. I'm sure it came off great on TV.
Not great at all. Really, it did not look great.
We had a little thing going. I missed one that pass too. I was so
No, that was a good pass.
Yeah. No, dude, I know it was
It's
a bad
just
pass.
different when you're running.
Yeah.
I should have looked it for you earlier so that I run into it. But
Fast break going though. You were running the break, dude. You got a good running.
And the whole time people just like whizzing it by my ear like, you
Dude,
should
when
be
when you goaltended Big Cat, dude, I think he's bad. Dude.
I think
He thought he was gonna whap that, and you just came out of
The
nowhere.
next possession I played defensively was a piece of shit. I was like, damn. I was like, I actually have a lot of respect for you.
No one's there to see him.
Dude, I tell him to check the ball, and he just knocked out my hand.
He was just dunking and trying to shoot himself. Like, dude, we're not there to watch you. I love Pizza Hut. The Hut, so separate the art from the artist. The Hut was a good idea. The guy who played the Hut was a piece of shit.
All right.
He tried to make it all about himself. He was trying to dunk. Like, no one's here to see you fucking. We know, dude, you're 7 feet tall. We know you can play basketball.
I didn't check you. No, you know that was bullshit what you did.
That's old man rules.
That's
You should know
bullshit
about
what
that.
you did. It's bullshit what you did. One time it was going to be me against you.
We cleared the court too.
I know. I was like, let's walk down here and let's do it.
We cleared out.
Do it again. I had one in me. The shot I took and missed, that was all I had in me.
Dude, I thought you were gonna see it coming. I thought you were gonna see it coming.
Dude, I've been thinking about checking you up all day. And it's gone differently in my head. I've never thought he was going to be a dick.
When you're a 7-foot former basketball player and you get the chance to play basketball, you don't squander it. That's like every person's dream. If I got to wrestle 9-year-olds, 40-pounders, 70-pounders, I wouldn't let them beat me.
Yeah, on the court, the Hut is my enemy number one. My enemy number one used to be a local newsman that followed me on Twitter, and then he unfollowed me when I followed him back because he said, "Oh, I thought you were somebody else." It was the first verified follow I ever had. His name's probably gonna have to censor that. He's been my enemy for about 8 years, number one, but now he's been passed up by the Hut. Off the court, I think the Hut and I are friends. On the court, I hate him.
If he had the chance to get in bed with the Hut, he'd be cuddled up next to him, little spooning the hell out of him. I'm just the one who was smart enough to do it first.
All spooning aside, the night was a huge success. But it begged the question, what comes next for Yak Basketball?
We did it on a closed set in Los Angeles. We had, a bunch of people that watched the show play it for a chance to get a job at Barstool and Idol. Now we're doing it in front of, inside an NBA arena. What's the next evolution? It's always about trying to upscale and see what we can do to make it bigger.
I could see us starting as a halftime show for actual NBA games, and then it turns into the game. And then they're playing NBA basketball at the halftime of Yak Basketball, and we're the primary focus.
I thought it was going to be on a pickleball trajectory. The older people would start playing it, and then we'd get some larger investors, Jamie Foxx, LeBron. And I think it's actually passed that up. I think its trajectory now is it'll probably pass up professional hockey. It'll be the fourth of the big four. It's bigger than the WNBA.
Is it new rules? Is it, celebrity contestants that we try and teach how to play? Is it, us versus somebody in a variation of the game? So it's always about getting bigger and doing something new.
Regardless of whatever direction the sport takes next, one thing is clear. It's the people and the memories that will define the game moving forward.
I definitely have those moments with any show I'm part of where it's like you get to a certain point and you kind of take a step back and you're like, this is pretty fucking cool. Having everyone there, having the jerseys, having everyone buy in was a very, very fun moment.
Yak is a brotherhood of 6 or 7 really funny guys and me. And anytime that we get to get together and be funny and have me included as well is a fun time.
I genuinely like everyone. I genuinely think everyone is so funny. It feels awesome to be part of the crew. And yeah, it's just good vibes all around.
I can't say enough how much I respect everybody on the show, and they're the best. It's awesome to play with them, call them teammates, and the Yak forever.
Swish. All right, guys, that's it from the Barstool Sports Invitational.
Clear the floor.
Fuck. No, they didn't do bro like that on his outro.